Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my 14 shootout. This is a challenge in which I use razors that have the Philharmonica 14 format and put different stone edges on each razor. Basically, this is a way for me to have a whole bunch of really good shaves. Today's candidate is the Henckels Friodur 14. This is a stainless steel razor and it has a synthetic edge on it. I did a live stream which will be linked in the description where I put the synthetic edge on this razor. The final stone in that was a Shapton G7 0.85. I mentioned during the video that I wasn't thrilled about the look of the edge, although it tested very well. So I tried a variety of things after the video ended and really didn't improve on that edge very much. So here's a look at the edge as it came off of the Shapton glass G7 stone. And then I went back and did what I would normally do without that stone, which is new to me. And I tried the razor on a Nano 12K Superstone. And here's what the edge looks like coming off of that stone. And that's the edge that we'll be shaving with today. So, the soap of the day, on all of these challenges, I'm using Saponificio Varesino products. Today's soap and splash are the Opuntia from Saponificio Varesino, and let's get going. Brush of the day is a Brad Sears Badger. I'll show you the brush as usual later once it's dried up. These are definitely luxury shaves. Hope you're having a good day. It's midweek here in the October midweek. It's the October 8th, 2025. I have no idea what time it is, mid-morning. I just came in from being outside. Just started to rain here. But since I'm in the northern hemisphere, we're going into fall and winter. Southern hemisphere is going into spring and fall, spring and summer. All right, here we go. Let's see how this synthetic edge works out. I think I already know, but yeah, that feels phenomenal. Now, why did I go back to the Superstone? When the edges, when the edge from the 085 G7 performed the same as this edge, 100% aesthetics. This is the curse of having such a high-powered microscope, is it's very difficult. Very difficult not to hone for the microscope. I do it. I know Dr. Matt does it. I don't think he admits to it, but he does it. I think JPO has a similar microscope, and I think he is controlled enough to know. I mean, we all know better, but I think he actually has the discipline not to do it. I lack that discipline. So Opuntia. Opuntia is the prickly pear, cactus, and as with other or I should say some other Saponificio Varesino products, this one is built around named after and built around the Opuntia, the essential oil. That comes from the Opuntia plant, the prickly pear plant. The fragrance is has a pineapple top note. It's very, very citrusy, pineapple top note that reminds many people of Creed Aventus. I am going to use Creed Aventus as the fragrance for this shave, but I do not think that this is a dupe or intended to be a dupe. I think it's intended to be in the family. So I will show the scent notes. As with other Saponificio Varesino products, the same soap base. That this is the Beta 4.3 soap base, and as with other products, the scent strength is medium and extremely well crafted, in my opinion. These are expensive products, but also very high quality products. Pleasure to use them. I'm definitely getting the the pineapple note and the bergamot note, other citrusy notes. The base notes are coming out too. So there's a woodiness to this. It helps balance the top notes, and that's true of Creed, Aventus as well. You get hit with that wonderful pineapple note, and then the rest of the fragrance fills in behind it. And all day you're not, for me at least, that's an initial thing. Most of the day it's a very well subtle and very well balanced fragrance that I get. From Creed. I think Saponificio Varesino also makes a fragrance in this Opuntia family. Okay. So far, edge is performing very well. Does not feel harsh. As some people complain about with synthetic edges, to me this does not feel harsh. And I think that if you looked at that microscope photo, you would see that the overall shape is extremely smooth. The outline of the edge is extremely smooth, and that's how it feels. Very sharp, very keen, I should say, and very smooth. Keenness does not bother me because of the way I shave. So, as I mentioned at the top, just an excuse to have a whole bunch of good shaves. The first in these series I've never used on a 14 before. The first stones, the Escher, the Olympus, the Escher, and that they surprised me. I enjoyed those edges, but any stone that I can get the edge refined to its optimal point is gonna give me a good shave. And so this shootout is really about the different personalities of the stones. So this one, synthetic, is very familiar to me. And I think with a lot of people, familiarity breeds contempt. on synthetics. But let's look at the basics here. It's cutting hair incredibly well. It does not feel harsh. Shave is very comfortable. So, you know, performance from a shaving perspective is excellent. The personality of the edge, hold on. Personality of the edge is easy to dismiss because it's so familiar, but performing incredibly, feels great. What's not to love? And if you're just starting out with honing, I recommend that you do not fall for the hype of natural stones. You learn to use synthetics are very predictable and very consistent. And you can get results from a set of synthetics that I can get from a set of synthetics, but you can't necessarily do that with natural stones, because you won't have the same natural stone that I do. So, or others, not just me. So, excellent shave. Very familiar edge. So, you know, that's the summary. Very familiar. Whereas the Olympus and Escher edges were not familiar with this format, nor was the what was the one? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Certainly the Coticule edge was familiar to me, which was on the 14er. And that is a terrific match for this format because of the way in which it's comfortable. One thing about a synthetic edge is that you don't have that same feel. The way in which it's comfortable is sort of technically comfortable. If your technique is good, you won't get cut and you won't feel any kind of harshness or sharpness. The complaint most people give about most people have on a synthetic edge is that it feels clinical, laboratory-like. But, you know, that's in comparison with other edges. And that's doesn't really give the stone credit for producing a terrific shaving edge. Okay, time for me to pause. I just used Thayers cucumber. Time for me to pause, clean up, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Everything's cleaned up. Here is the Brad Sears brush. I think he calls this the Scotsman. Here's the brush in all of its glory. Wonderful feeling badger hair brush. I'm going to be using the Opuntia Aftershave. This is requires some shaking. It's kind of a mix between an aftershave, a balm, and a gel. There we go. Getting that nice blast of pineapple followed by the filling in of the body and base notes. Really nice. And then finally we're going to be using, this is a decant of a Creed Aventus. So I'll be using that. Wonderful, wonderful scent. I think it's their most popular. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for your questions and comments. I appreciate those. And I never asked for this, but thank you to those who have subscribed. I appreciate that effort. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.